UK inflation is now down to the bank's 2% target, so where does the economy go from here? Welcome to Market Insight, I'm Thomas Warner. UK CPI fell to 2% in May, that's the lowest reading since July 2021, but British markets emerged from that bruising three-year period with challenges still to face. Higher costs appear to be baked in, a tech rally in the US and Asia could threaten to leave Europe behind, and the Bank of England has a delicate balancing act to perform in bringing interest rates down from their current 16-year highs. With me to shed some light on where things go from here is Zoe Gillespie, Chartered Wealth Manager at RBC Brewin Dolphin. Very good to have you on the line. Thank you very much indeed. What do you think will be the effect of today's inflation data on the likely pace of Bank of England rate cut, Zoe?
Yeah, good afternoon. I think obviously the headline figure 2% looks as if we have reached targets, but if you drill down a little bit on that, I think the takeaways are that the service inflation is still higher than I think the Bank of England would like, and core CPI is still a bit high. So I anticipate that tomorrow we'll not see any change. I think it'll give the Bank of England a little bit more time to look at data, which they've said they're going to be very data dependent before the next meeting in August. And we may see that if the data continues to go in the right direction, we may see the first cut in August, or we may see that they decide to just hold on a little bit longer to September meeting to see whether the trend is still that inflation is coming down and staying down.
Do you think we could draw you on which one you think is the most likely, Zoe?
I think at the moment it's difficult to tell, but I think we're seeing that. I think if we do see inflation, I think being a bit of it more sticky, I think they may err on the side of caution. But certainly, I wouldn't rule out August as being the first cut if we do see that that they feel that the economy is balancing out with inflation too. So I think it might be September, but I wouldn't rule out August either.
Let's look at a couple of other bits of data out today. We've got home builder Berkeley. They lifted their earnings outlook and they say that they're expanding into the promising build-to-rent sector, but their shares are down 4%. What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, I think on the surface, again, they outlook more positive for the house builder, but I also think that it's been a difficult time for them and that they have seen that revenue come in slightly higher than forecast, but still down considerably from last year. Share price is up about 20% over the last year, so it may just be a wee bit of a pause moment for the market. But as you say, the outlook has certainly been a little bit more optimistic for the builder, but we are still seeing the effects of higher interest rates, and this sort of higher rate for longer narrative has meant that I think a lot of people have been erring on the side of caution before getting into the housing market, so it may just be a slight pull on that. And also we have seen house builders been off a wee bit today. So again, maybe the inflation data has meant that the rate trajectory might put off that sector a little bit in the short term.
I think when we've seen in the past certain pauses in demand for new houses, it's been followed by a real surge of demand as all those people that have been saving up in the meantime do enter the market. Do you think that's possible again this time?
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is, though, we've seen that it depends whether house prices are affordable for people, and with higher rates, even if we do see rates coming down, the monthly affordability is still higher than it's been for the last 15 years. So it's whether we do see a surge in demand or whether we see a sort of slower upturn as people have to live with the potential for higher mortgage payments going forward. But today we have seen house prices starting to tick up a wee bit, so there is maybe a wee bit more optimism that we are seeing housing coming back into the fold and people are starting to buy again.
We've also heard some optimism today from Young's Brewery. They're very excited about this summer. They say that we've got the European Football Championships, obviously the Olympics, Wimbledon as well to come. It all looks good on paper, but we know that the sector has been in trouble generally for the last 3 or 4 years, if not longer. So do you think that this summer is really just going to be papering over the cracks, Zoe?
Yeah, I mean, there's optimism, as you say, the summer of sport and the Taylor Swift concert seem to have been cited as another reason for the optimism. I think last week we saw Fuller, Smith and Turner saying that they've seen a lot more people return to more urban pubs as the work from home seems to be dwindling a bit. So I think it has been a challenging time for pubs, but if we do see people back into the cities more, then we may actually see that the return to pubs coming through. And as you say, the summer of sport may encourage people And I think certainly with Youngs, they have also purchased City Pub Group to add to their portfolio. So they're obviously more optimistic about the outlook. And I think time will tell if it gets some good weather too. It might encourage people to use pubs again.
A chance would be a fine thing, Zoe. We're going to zoom out now and look a little bit more at the global market picture. We had an NVIDIA-led AI rally in the US yesterday and overnight in Asia. Europe's exposure to AI is relatively limited. What do you think that means for its future?
Yeah, as you say, I mean, the American story this year has been dominated by AI, and we've obviously in particular NVIDIA. And if you look at returns from US equities relative to other major indices, there's only one story in town. Europe's got second biggest companies ASML, which certainly will benefit from the AI story. But apart from that, they don't have the breadth of names which we have seen in America. Although we have seen the likes of Mistral in France raising $640 million last week. And certainly there's more encouraging signs that there are some smaller names that are growing coming to the market. But at the moment, if you're looking for an AI story, it's difficult to look further afield from the US as it's just such a stranglehold in the market and seems to be the more dominant player.
Zoe Gillespie from RBC Brewin Dolphin, many thanks for your thoughts. That is Market Insight. Don't forget you can watch more videos on Reuters.com.